So we started with the heart, then we went to the liver, then we went to the lungs. Okay? So, heart, depression, sadness, brokenheartedness, liver, anger, frustration, resentment, shame, blame, and guilt. I'm so angry at my daughter, I'm angry at my son, I'm angry at my husband, my wife. Typically it's people you know, not strangers, not like Putin or China or anything, okay? So liver and then lungs, okay? So what happens when we can't take a full breath? Then we're constricted. So shaking forces the blood, and then you're pressing it on the lungs. Now, the next one obviously would be the spleen, okay? So after liver, heart, liver, lung, spleen. So now, again, you're gonna put your hand underneath that last rib and press in. So left hand, right hand, and now. So this is for worry. Now, if you lean to the left while you're pressing it on the left side, it's going to feel a certain way. And if you lean to the right, it's going to feel expanded. So contraction, expansion of the spleen. %40 of Americans suffer from anxiety. So, imagine if I went on television and say, here's the cure for anxiety, just shake. I'd be laughed off of television. So that's why I can't even show this. This is an advanced technique. I can't even show this until you've already bought into the whole program. Now, middle finger in the belly button. Center of the palm over the belly button. So the thumb is up, little finger's down. Now, right hand, left hand. And now the same thing. Now, we're getting the solar plexus, the stomach, and the pancreas. Okay, now the last one is going to be the kidneys, which is fear. And we have fear, fright, and fear level 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is when we go, we do the hip circle, because you can actually feel the quadratus lumborum while you're doing this. I'll tell you when. Okay, and that is the shamanic dance, Qigong, that relieves anxiety in every individual organ. Okay, so you already know what we do with the other ones. That's just a touching, but this is for the deep. Okay, you can start the music, And we're going to do the Cherokee Chi dance. Cherokee stomp dance.
This is always fun. Okay.
Step and then drag. Okay, so we're going to do the high blood pressure dance. So, backs of the hands together. Bring them in. Roll them around. Roll them in. Roll them out. Roll them in. So you're going to go left and right. Don't let the wrists lose contact. So why does this lower blood pressure? So there are arteries and veins in your wrists, and typically blood pressure is measured in your elbow. Now, about 20 years ago, some Israeli scientists figured out you could measure blood pressure in the wrist before it would show up in the elbow. And of course, the Chinese have been saying this all along, but you know how the West discounts anything Asian. So if we can increase the suppleness of the blood vessels in the wrist, we can literally lower blood pressure before it becomes an issue. Now, you have arteries from the neck. So from the heart to the neck to the wrist. Now there's a branch of that same artery that goes to the brain. Now, they have figured out that 80% of brain cognition comes from movement. So what does that mean? That means if you're sitting at a desk on your computer for 5 to 10 hours a day, what are you doing to your brain? Okay, now we're going to reverse. We're going to come in and then go out. Roll it, bring it in. So we are reversing high blood pressure by doing this exercise. So I've gotten into lots of disagreements with doctors, more nurses than doctors actually. And then I said, well, there's an easy way to solve the problem. Take your blood pressure, do this for 15 minutes, twice a day, for 2 weeks. Then take your blood pressure again. And all of them sheepishly admit that their blood pressure went down 10 points just by doing this one exercise. 15 minutes, twice a day, 2 weeks. You're not keeping your wrists in connection. So we do 16 in one direction and then 16 in the other direction. Now, I like to add stepping to it. So we're going to do 8 steps forward. So now this becomes a high blood pressure meditation. Now, again, this is proprietary. I've never put this on YouTube. I don't go around promoting. This is how to use Qigong to lower blood pressure. What I say is just generally, just do Qigong on a regular basis. Now see how I change direction? I step back. And if you've been doing the stepping drills with me all along, then this should not be difficult to do. So 8 steps forward.
Friday gift. It's a Friday gift. Shit, you go.
So 8 steps forward, 8 steps back.